Hello, everybody. My name is Elisabeth Finocchiaro, and this is the latest Insight Podcast April episode. I'm excited, as always, to check in with you guys. It's a checkpoint every month where I kind of recap, what's been going on since the last episode. What have I been teaching? What are my clients integrating? What are the conversations? What are the insights? So, if you're here and you have listened to me before, thank you so much for being here. I hope that these podcast episodes continue to inspire you, support you. And if you're completely new, hi, welcome. My name is Elisabeth Finocchiaro. I'm a breath worker and a mentor for people going through transformation. And not only, big transformations, it can also be small transformations, but you want to do it with more grace. You want to do it with more ease. And right now, we're really in a season of emotional intelligence in my work, even though emotional intelligence really is the red thread through everything that I do. I really see the world through emotions and feelings and can understand so much about people. I understand so much about visions, dreams, trauma, creativity, inspiration based on how we move energy in the body or how we are connected to our emotions. And this is what I'm very passionate about. And then through breathwork, guiding the breathwork sessions, I'm really able to work on a body level with my clients. I've been teaching breathwork for 10 years, very passionate about that. Also have a training program. Oh, here comes my dog, where I train professionals in this work in a trauma-informed approach. So there's so much I can say about my work and all these things, but I really just want to get straight into it for you guys. Like we're having a conversation, and these are the insights. So last time we had a podcast, it was the week before my certification program, my spring cohort began. So that started, and the group is deepening. I just got a message from them yesterday saying, how much the ethics are deepening, how many insights are coming in, how many like next level understandings of even breath work and self-leadership is landing for them. So it's such a incredible feeling to share this huge body of work with my clients, and that we're just starting is really exciting to see like how they're going to continue continue getting this work out into the world in their own way. I think that's something that I've really noticed with this work, how every client really picks out things that I don't really expect them to be like, oh, this is something I want to deepen. This is really calling for me. And of course, that's how it's supposed to be. I really encourage my clients to create their body of work. I really like when you train with me, I'm not training you to become me in a sense of like you're going to work under my name and my thing. Like I'm training you to strengthen your thing. This is very important for me. And so it's always fun to see the body of work of my clients developing and then how things that I say refine and remind and support them in feeling more confident. I'm so excited. To be honest, for those of you who have been in my world for a little bit, there's a level of security that is landing in me and my work and the work with my clients that I've never experienced before. And of course, it's supposed to be like this. The more you do this, the more confident you get. And I'm really just having one of those seasons, one of those moments where I'm like, okay, this is huge. Like this is a turning point, or this is a deepening point where I've never felt more secure in the results that I get with my clients. I've never felt more secure in what I can provide and how I provide it. I've never been more secure in my own self, because of course it reflects that, right? The work works, and what I'm doing is always teaching from an embodied place, from a curious place, and from an integrated place. The more I'm doing this behind the scenes, the easier it is to do it in the front scenes. It kind of just happens. So it's a cool time to be in my world, and there's so much support for you in so many different capacities, just like this podcast as well. Like I hope you just tuning into this podcast does something in your body, straightens your spine a little bit, it opens your heart a little bit, it whatever it does. I hope you feel it because it's really real what's happening right now in my life and my work. So after the launch, I'm just like looking at my calendar a little bit to be like, okay, what was going on? I did some guest teaching at retreats, which I always love doing. We have the circle membership, always going, breath sessions, meditations, and I have a monthly masterclass. And in April, instead of doing just one masterclass, I decided to do a 2-day event called the Delicate Tornado. And this was a whole situation, you guys. The Delicate Tornado. It's like such a unique one of my clients, I was asking her, we're doing a check-in, and she goes, working with you is like a delicate tornado. And it's funny because I had been using the tornado emoji. The tornado, I have a teaching with the tornado. For me, the tornado is like transformation, and I work with transformation. But at the same time, I don't work with the chaos, unconscious. I don't work with the constantly in process, constantly like, this is so hard, this is so intense type of transformation. I work with the, this is natural, inevitable, normal type of transformation that we need to strengthen your emotional capacity, your self-leadership to be able to, handle this with more grace. Because transformation is always happening. And in the end of the day, most of your desires require a transformation. So if you're like afraid of the transformation or can't handle the transformation, it's going to be much harder for you to go for what you want because it's often a part of the equation. And I had been feeling like, okay, the master class is going to be called composure. And I started playing piano and I felt like this music, composure, like this energy of like getting yourself put together, like you're put together, you're composed. And I was getting the branding ready, and then I was like, wait, I think this is called Delicate Tornado. And then how to stay composed in transformation was the tagline. It was a beautiful 2-day event. And I will say on the back end of my personal, what I was going through was heartbreak and a lot of things changing in my life. And I was going through a new tornado. And I do believe that there's always tornadoes happening inside of us. There's always movement. But I go deeper in this in the delicate tornado. So if that's something, you can also purchase it separately for $44. So you can either join the membership, you get all the sessions, meditations, past master classes, and some bonuses for $99 a month, or you can just buy Delicate Tornado for 44, standalone lifetime access. And I'm really going deep into all these different layers is incredible. I really enjoyed doing it and I really channeled what I was going through into those 2 days. And it became something where I was like, this is important. This is a piece, a really important piece of my body of work, a really important piece of what I want for you. I'm just gonna drink some of my coffee. Gonna get cold if I don't drink it. This is really what I want for you because what a lot of the work that I do with my clients is helping them feel. And I know it's kind of like, okay, tell me more. Like that wasn't really groundbreaking. But I often believe that the foundation work is the advanced work. So if you ever think something is too foundation, too beginner for you, there's probably something there for you. There's nuances there, but there's a sense of like, if you really go into foundation work and you keep deepening it, there is always something there for you. Of course, it depends how it's delivered and everything like that, but that's how I feel about emotional intelligence and helping people really be in their body and really not be afraid of what comes up inside of them because that is what we're mostly afraid of. I honestly think the thing that we are most afraid of in life are emotions. We're doing so much to not feel something. Just think about it. In your life right now, what are you doing? What are you avoiding? What are you not doing, I mean, to avoid feeling a certain way? Because I believe that all of us, no matter how tapped in you are and tuned, resourced you are, your body is telling you something. You don't have to be like a breathwork practitioner to know that your body is telling you something. It helps to have more resources because then you can like handle it and you can actually move through it and you actually can make the changes. But your body is telling you something. And what are you doing to listen to it? And what are you doing to avoid listening to it? This is very interesting in my world. We have someone coming on live here. So just reflecting in your life. And there's something, some of you, you're going to listen to this and you're going to hear this question and you're going to know exactly where you're going, like where it goes in the body, and you're going to know exactly the answer. But there's still going to be a part of you that's like, but no. But can I just do something else? So the question is, what are you not doing to avoid a certain feeling? What feeling are you avoiding? I'm going to give you like a next level thing here as well. So if you can, maybe I'll just give you a little moment to sense and to feel that. Like, what are you avoiding in your life to not feel something? Some of you might be like, I don't know. And others are like, I know exactly what it is. The next thing, the next level thing here that I want to share with you so you can feel into it and notice it. This was a huge moment for me in my emotional intelligence journey. I've had so many moments in my emotional intelligence journey, but this was one that's quite recent, maybe like 2 years ago or something. The feelings that you're avoiding, most likely disappointment, rejection, um, oh, got an itch on my back. Disappointment, rejection, failure, embarrassment, right? There's like the ones that you kind of just don't want to feel. The feelings that you think you're avoiding, that you don't want to feel. What if I told you that you already feel them now, but they're mostly unconscious? For some of you, this is going to be like a brain explosion. Some of you, it's going to go right over your head, like, what? And some of you are going to be like, I heard this before or something. Whatever it is that you're avoiding, the feeling that you're avoiding, that you don't want to feel, so you're, doing all these things and not feel it. What if I told you you already feel it every day? Think about it. The easiest example I have for this is imagine you're putting your workout in the world and you have this course. This is the easiest way. There's so many different ways you can say this, but you have a course or a program or something, and you are like hesitating to put it out into the world because you're afraid to fail. You hesitating to put it out because you're afraid to fail. So you don't do it because you're afraid to fail. Do you feel failure as you don't do it because you're afraid to fail? Are you already having feelings of being a failure as you avoid failing? This is crazy, you guys. I don't know if this is hitting you as much as it has hit me, but when I realize that the feelings that I'm afraid to feel, I already feel right now, but I'm just not fully feeling them. I'm not sober and allowing myself to acknowledge it. I don't have the capacity to process them and do something about it. So it's kind of like I'm not going to put my course out there because I feel like I, I feel like I'm going to fail. I already feel like a failure. I don't want to put it out because I don't want to fail and I'm a failure. What if I could just feel the feeling of failure? Tears would come up. I would probably be like, whatever different emotions, different stories would come up. But I promise you, when you can be okay with the feeling of failure, you can put the work out into the world much easier because you're not afraid of feeling failure. Yeah, afraid to fail in public, so I fail in private. Hmm. You're already doing it. It's already happening, and you're afraid of it happening. It's already happening. You already feel it, but you don't feel it fully. And you don't know where to take it, where to go with it, what to do with it, how to transform it, how to transmute it, to be an alchemist of your own emotions. So this is why I'm so passionate about this work, and this is why I'm so passionate about emotional intelligence, because I truly believe, again, that humans, the biggest fear is emotions. It's not like public speaking or heights, because those things creates an emotion. Public speaking is f avoiding the feeling of embarrassment, right? Heights is the feeling of falling, of losing, the feeling of losing control, right? So like there's always a feeling, you guys. There's always a feeling. When you're not afraid of feeling, you're free. Talk about financial independence or financial freedom. I want to talk about emotional freedom, where it's like you can be embarrassed. You can make mistakes publicly. You can have a bad day, you can have a good day, you can have this, you can have that, you can have all of these things, and that your self-worth doesn't change. Your self-trust gets stronger and stronger, your self-belief gets stronger and stronger. This is the work that I do with my clients. And when you get stronger and stronger, this is this is everything, right? The emotional capacity, when you have more capacity to feel something and transform it and to keep moving forward, to not create these resistance, stalling, all of these things that come with low self-worth, self-belief, and self-trust. So, I'm really passionate about this, and I hope that that was like a little thing, a little insight that could support you. So, what else was going on lately? I did some guest teachings, retreats, online programs. I love guest teaching. So, if you have a program or a group, and you want to meet a guide a session, I would love that. It's one of my favorite things to do. And let's see. Yeah, I had an event in Oslo that was so beautiful. It's geared towards creative entrepreneurs or just in general working with your creativity, if it's through projects or a business. And I'm having the second one May 7th. It is in Gem Studio, and the tickets are in my website, elisabethfinocchiaro.com. Upcoming events, you'll see it there. I would love to have you. I will be there in June as well. So there's two upcoming events, and you can just join one. You don't have to join all of them. So that's very exciting. And right now, we are in the week of when you're not afraid of feeling, you're free. Yep, I know. She's like, wow. We talk about financial freedom. I want to talk about emotional freedom. Let's let's deepen this. I have a post actually, where I write about that. I'm gonna repost it tomorrow. Now that we're talking about it, I'm like, I need to talk about this more. Okay, Ripple a week and healing the heart I want to talk about, and the training retreat. So there's three more things that I want to share. Let me talk about the healing the heart first, because that kind of really goes in key with the emotional intelligence, and then I'll go into the ripple effect. So I had a pre-sale for healing the heart, and so many jumped in. It was so confirming for me because I know how important this program is, and I really wish that this program could be taken by everyone in some way, because this, what I'm talking about now, this emotional freedom, is a foundation. And I had a client who signed up and she was like, I'm in a place where I've done a lot of foundation work. I didn't think I really needed healing the heart, but even just signing up, she's having so many insights about her self-worth. Like so many processes are coming up where she's like, I thought I was good in this, but I see there's like deepenings. And the program hasn't even started yet. And she's like having so many insights come up. And I've experienced this a lot just by saying yes to a program like Healing the Heart, something that I have been building for 6 years. Things start to happen already. And I'm just really, I call it a resource program because it's all about how can I support you in all of these things that we were talking about today? How can I support you in expanding your self-worth? And you can just imagine you with expanded self-worth. Like, how would your life look different? Like, how would you move and breathe and speak and do things with expanded self-worth? And then add in self-belief and self-trust, add in rewiring understanding and trauma understanding. I'm going to talk about trauma and rewiring trauma. I'm also going to talk about communication because I have a past of being a victim of my emotions, being a highly emotional person, being somebody that has gone through some things that really made an impact on me. And I would sabotage and I would get overwhelmed by my emotions and I would just assume that everyone kind of knew what was going on. And then when they didn't, I didn't feel worthy of love. And it was just this vicious cycle of not feeling seen, heard, and met, but I couldn't even see, hear, or meet myself. And I learned multiple ways of communicating my emotions to partners, to friends, to family, where I feel like I can protect my heart and I can stay vulnerable and I can stay, myself. I don't have to change in all these different areas of my life. And if I'm in a deep process, it doesn't mean everything else is, you know, going bad. Have you ever experienced that before? Like you're going through something really difficult and then you just want to burn everything down? I used to be like that. One thing went wrong, everything is wrong. And now it's like, okay, one thing is wrong or one thing is needing change. Let me use the strength in my life to take care of that thing and not put down my self-worth because it's actually the self-worth that you need. I also made a post that was like, when you're letting go of things in your life, make sure you don't let go of your self-worth. Because there's sometimes in life where you're like, I'm going to let go of this relationship. I'm going to let go of this business. I'm going to let go of this project. I'm going to let go of this job. I'm going to let go of this whatever. And then at the same time, you're like, oops, I also let go of my self-belief and my self-worth. It's like, no, that you weren't supposed to let that go. Like, let go of the things that are meant to be let go of, but don't let go of your self-worth. And this is what I would do. As soon as I would let go of something, my self-worth like went with it. And then I was left so vulnerable. I had to rebuild everything up again, and that's very exhausting. So the Healing the Heart program is where I talk about all of this stuff in depth. You also get a workbook so you can like visualize and read the material as well. So it's not just me live. There's going to be a workbook, there's going to be homework, there's going to be things that you actually have to go through, embodiment practices, and it's a 6-week program. We start May 19th. I'm really excited about it. It's $333 and there's a payment plan. So I'll put the link in the show notes. If that's something for you, feel free to send me a message if you have any questions about it as well. And the website has a lot of information too, the call times and everything. Looking forward to it. Yeah, I'm so happy that you're in. So that's, a really big thing happening in my world right now that I would love to invite you in. And I can say one thing. If you're working with people in this type of way, with emotions, with rewiring, healing the heart can also be taken from a professional point of view because the more you learn about yourself, the more you understand this information, the more you embody it, the more you can also teach it and hold space for it. So just know that you can come in through a personal lens, a professional lens, a bit of both, and there will be so much for you there. I'm so looking forward to that. So the next thing is ripple effect. Some of you might know I have a $29 membership called the Ripple Effect, and it's a Telegram group that I have been running for 2 years now. You guys see that I'm very consistent. I've been like running things for many years. And this week, so the Ripple Effect works. It's a Telegram group, there's a chat, and then there's all these topics, it's called in Telegram. So everything's organized really well. And once a month, Monday to Friday, and it's the third week of every month. So it's usually when I'm doing the podcast, because the podcast is the third week of every month as well. I make a topic and I put in audios Monday to Friday. So the topics in the Telegram is only me. So it's not like other people writing in there. So it's very organized. The chat is where everyone writes. And this week's topic is called Reveal because I really am developing this concept behind the scenes right now where what you want is a byproduct. I'm starting to feel this and understand this in a deeper way that it's really good to know what you want, but it's not enough in a way. Like, and there's so many nuances here, but the nuance that I'm speaking to is you really have to become the person that creates a safe environment for the desire. Once you create a safe environment, it just happens. It's just like planting a seed, where it's like having the seed is not enough. You need to create the safe environment, the aligned environment. So you need the right moisture, the right soil, the right heat, the right sunlight for it to happen. But then the plant is a byproduct, right? What actually happens is a byproduct of the seed and the environment. So the seed is like the desire, whatever it is that you want in your life, a personal, emotional desire to feel more peace, ease, abundant, generous, kind, secure, all of these things. And then how do you become a person that can hold that? Like, if you want to feel secure, how do you hold your insecurity in a safe way? Because you cannot be a secure person and dip out all the time. Like every day you're falling into a deep process and being down on yourself. Like that's not safe for a secure person. So, how do you hold and handle your insecurities? And then when you figure that out, the security is a byproduct of that. Does that make sense? So, I'm really developing this concept of byproduct. And it came to me for many years ago, and it's kind of just developing in different ways. When people were like, what's the best way to breathe? And I would say, well, deep, slow, long. It's the old, it's a good way to breathe. Like if you can breathe deep in your belly and you can breathe slowly and you can breathe long, slow and long, kind of the same thing, but yeah, deep, smooth, flowing. And people are like, okay, but how do I do that? And I'm like, well, you could focus on doing it. Like you could, meditate deep, long breaths. But for a lot of people, that doesn't work. And I realized that where I'm like, they're trying to meditate, they're trying to get their breath deeper, flow, like more flow and full and they're like, it's really hard. I'm not focusing, I can't do that. Da, da, da. I said, okay, well there's another approach. And the other approach is let's become the person that breathes like that. So like the breath would be a byproduct. So where are you not feeling safe in your body? Where are you feeling numb in your body? Why is it scary to be in your body? What's your relationship with slowness? What's your relationship with receiving? What's your relationship with giving? Like I ask those questions. And I'm very curious about those questions with my clients because once we clean that stuff up, the full flowing and deep breath is a byproduct. When a body feels safe, the byproduct is the desire. I have another example, a beautiful client that actually has become such a big thing in my world and someone that I really care about and someone that I really respect and appreciate and just love so much. She came to me 3 years ago, could not breathe in her belly for years. And I'm a breath worker. Of course, I want people to breathe in their belly like we want the full body breathing. I could have told her in the one-on-one session, I want you to breathe into the belly. Like, let's go. That's what we're doing. Breathe belly, breathe belly, breathe belly. And of course, in the beginning, I was interested and I put my hand there, of course, and I'm trying to see, okay, like she really can't breathe in the belly. And then I just had my hand there and let go, like I do in my practice. I let go of all agenda. And I do this all the time, but it was kind of like really clear in that moment because there's like a ego urge that comes up to being like, I really want her to breathe in the belly. But that, it goes, washes away. And suddenly, I'm just thinking about how can I create more safety for this woman? I don't need her to do anything when she's with me. I don't need anything. I'm just gonna sit here with my hand on her belly. Like I don't, I'm just gonna sit, I just want to be here with her. I remember thinking that, like nothing needs to happen. And it was a 2 hour session. I think it was like 1 hour 30, 1 hour 40. We're getting to the end. And suddenly, like I get tears thinking about this. Suddenly, my hand starts to rise and she's breathing in the belly. And that moment for me, we both started crying because that moment for me, we created safety. And the byproduct was belly, soft breathing. She didn't have to train her way to breathe belly soft. She didn't have to do a technique. She didn't have to like da 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 da. Her body needed to create the safe environment for it to happen. So I've just experienced this too much in my life and in my career. And some of you know me, I'm not really a technical person. When I work with people, I'm more energetic, I'm more emotional, where I'm like, can we just make you feel more safe? Because when you feel safe in your body, you're in a whole other league and things are so much easier. That story always impacts me in a deep way. So yeah, ripple effect. It's $29 a month. I really wanted to create something that's super easy and there's 2 years of content to look back on. So there's a lot of months with different topics that you can go into. And honestly, I have clients that have invested a lot of money with me and a lot of time with me, and they say that ripple effect is the best thing of all of the things. And I'm like, really? Like, what about my sessions? What about all of this like other stuff that I do? And they're like, ripple effect is the best. So there's months that I talk about surrender, take your place, law of compensation, back on track. It gets to work, plugged in, authenticity, certainty, clarity, seen, heard, and met, contrast, transitions, navigating change, self-image, willingness, courage. Like there's so much capacity. And now we're talking about reveal. So, how can your life be a byproduct and not something that you are like obsessing over, you know, the outcome, but that you're actually focusing more on seeing what needs more safety in your life. So I would love to have you in the Ripple Effect. It's a super easy way to get to know me and my work and my community. The chat is always like people reflecting deeply with respect and very beautiful people in my world. So if you have been in any of my things, you know that I attract just resource, responsible, beautiful, beautiful, like heart warm people. I had an event in Oslo in February and my family was there, or some of my family. And I always get that response when I'm with my clients, interacting with my clients. People tell me, your clients are such beautiful people. Like they're warm. That's what I hear. Like they're warm and they're so loving. I'm like, yeah, it's kind of the vibe. We are warm and we are loving. Okay, so the training retreat. I'm having a training retreat end of May, the 27th to the 31st. This is for people who are working with clients hands-on and want more of a facilitation training. You want to be more confident when you hold space. You want to be more confident in being trauma informed. You want to be more like, yeah, confident in your work. This is one of the biggest response that I get from my clients when they see me in action. They're just like, you carry yourself with such peace and confidence. And there's both embodiment of experience because I've been doing this for such a long time, but there's also like structure and training behind what I do. And I'm going to share all of that. Also, Anna Arenfeld is coming, who is an incredible trauma-informed body worker and a trained breath worker through me. She's going to be there, and she always brings like the most deep reflections and nuanced reflections. So we work really well together. We've worked together for like 4 years, and I'll say something and she'll like contradict me or she'll say something else. So she's always bringing like a wider perspective, and that's why I love having her. It's all included. We're going to have a private beach in nature. It's going to be incredible, amazing food. I've hired a female chef from Bergen. And yeah, we're just going to have a incredible time together and also time for you to deepen your craft. So I want you to leave that retreat with your cup full and also just like this feeling of, oh my God, like I'm really good at what I do. And I'm so excited to serve clients in a more ethical, professional way. Because I know a lot of people who want to help people, it starts as a hobby because it's like I'm so passionate about this and I'm good at it because I'm empathic and I've been there and I can hold it because I've been through some hard stuff and I want to help. But then you miss the professional part and the ethics part because there's a passion and the passion is so important, but the skills and the professionality is just as important. And when you have both, people are going to notice that. Your reputation, your experience with your clients, your peace of mind every day. Like I have peace of mind in my practice because when someone signs up for me, I know that yeah, I just feel like there's such clarity with me and my clients and my work and what I do, what I don't do. Kind of circling back to how I started this call, I've never felt more secure professionally and personally in myself than what I do now. And I really wish this for all of you. Security in your heart, security in your body, in your mind, in your visions, in your dreams for yourself, and also all of the transformations and the insecurities and the doubts. Like you can still hold that with so much care and love because it's part of the process, but it's not the part of you that leads. So thank you for being here on this podcast. I truly love these like little check-in points. And if you're watching on Spotify or listening on Spotify, feel free to leave a rating if that's something you'd like to do. And if you're on YouTube, feel free to do whatever, like it's commented. And I also have one spot for one-on-one work right now at the current price point. And my one-on-one work is for you if you're feeling like you want personalization. You're not really feeling like joining a group program. You don't want to listen to more information. You want to be listened to. So that's the huge difference in group work and one-on-one work. Group work, you listen to me. Of course, I listen to you as well, depending on how much interaction there is. But in one-on-one work, I listen to you and I guide and refine and ask and support you in your specific process. Group work, there is usually a program and something we're following, and you're listening to me. So if you're in a place where you're like, I've done a lot of programs, I've done a lot of courses, I want personalization, I want someone to hear my thoughts and mirror me, I would love to do this work together. This is incredible, powerful container. You have to be ready for things to change. I love like my clients say that they're like, don't enter Elisabeth's world if you're not ready for things to change. So it can sometimes be demanding, but in the best way possible. Because yeah, I know that the ones who work with me, they want that for themselves. They have high standards, they have high, yeah, ambition, but they want to do it in a way that feels good, want to do it in your way, your style. So this is something that I support with. And the one-on-one work is 90-minute call. So we can go into different things that's going on for you and breath work and embodiment work, and then 5 days of Telegram that you can spread out throughout the month for days of just checking in and doing voice notes and going through whatever it is you want to go through. So feel free to connect if there's any questions you might have, retreat, healing the heart, ripple effect, the membership. I mean, there's just so much here for you. There's also a lot of free resources on my website that are incredible. Like I taught them like they were paid courses. So there's just so much support for you. Thank you again for being here. I really love and appreciate you guys so much. Some days when I'm having a hard day, I think about my community and I think about how loved I am. And I don't mean that from like a ego place, but it also reflects of like how much I love, like how much I love you guys, especially if I know you. If you're listening to this and you don't know me, then I don't love you yet because I don't know you, but there can still be love and just the love and care that I feel from my community. And it goes both ways. Like I really, like my clients, my community, I really want to see you succeed. And you're so intelligent, so wise, and I'm just so blessed that I get to be who I am and I get to share what I do and hear you as well. So amazing. Have a great day, night, morning, whenever you're watching this, listening to this, and I will see you next month or wherever we are next connected. So much love. Bye, guys.